Hi guys, going on with our lesson 5, page 56, okay? Let's start with the new content. Corn flour, cream, to crush, a crush, to cut out, or cut out, to cut up, or to cut up. To dip, a dip. To dissolve, a trifle. Dough. To dry, an egg white, an egg yolk. Custard. To knead. Finely. Protein. Dance, a source. To roll out, a tumble dryer. Okay guys, corn flour is flour made of corn, okay? It's kind of yellow, the color of corn. Cream, we normally buy cream here in Brazil in tins or cans or small boxes, okay? Nowadays they also come in small boxes. We can also buy fresh cream. It has to be in the fridge, okay? It's something reduced from milk, okay? A reduction from milk. To crush is to compress something, normally until it's destroyed, okay? We can also use crushed, for example, in the figurative meaning. For example, in public transports in big cities, we can say that people are crushed inside because there isn't much space for people, okay? So it's a synonym for to compress. A crush is the noun of the verb to crush, okay? Nowadays, young people use this, a crush, for somebody they like, either people they know or sometimes they don't know, okay? For example, we can have a crush on a famous and handsome actor or beautiful actress, okay? Or on somebody we know from school, okay, from work. To cut out is to cut, okay, but to cut out of some place, okay, to cut out. And normally to eliminate what's left. To cut up is to completely cut, okay, to cut up, it means to cut it to the end. To dip is the verb, a dip is the noun, okay? To dip is, for example, what children do when we are cooking, I don't know, for example, a cake. Children like the mixture of the cake before we put it in the oven. Normally they dip their finger inside and lick it, okay? A dip is like a recipe that we normally use some kind of crisps or chips, okay, to eat. For example, a very popular dip in the United States especially is guacamole, okay, made of avocados. It's a Mexican recipe, but it's very popular in the United States. We can make dips out of almost anything, okay? We can make dips out of cheese. For example, we make up cheese cream to put little toasts or crisps or chips inside and eat it, okay? To dissolve is just like Portuguese. A trifle is a very popular dessert in the UK, okay? It comes with jelly and a layer of jelly, a layer of sponge cake, normally some custard, which is a cream. So custard is a cream made of egg yolks and other ingredients, okay? It becomes a little yellow. So trifle is that, is a dessert in layers, okay? And normally it has some chocolate, chopped chocolate on top of it. Okay, Rachel always does trifles for the parties we have here at school. If you have participated in any celebration that we had here, especially the Queen's birthday, okay, you have seen, I don't know if you have eaten, but you have seen the trifle. She does it in small cups like this, okay, individual portions for everybody. So, dough. Dough, people, is a mixture of flour, baking powder, eggs, whatever goes into a recipe of a cake or a bread or even pancake. Okay, that liquid dough we use for pancakes. So dough is the base preparation of a cake or of a bread. Okay, from this word, people, I don't know if you've heard this before, but there is a very popular sweet in the USA called donut. Okay? Dough, nut. Cool? In the United States, they write it like this. And I believe everybody has seen this word before, because we use the same word for this dessert in Portuguese, donut. But this, people, is grammatically wrong, okay? This is the right one, and it comes from this word, dough. Okay? To dry, you know this verb comes from the adjective dry, the opposite of wet. Remember, a long time ago we have learned this. An egg white is the white part of the egg. An egg yolk is the yellow part of the egg. Easy, right? Custard is that cream that I have mentioned before that goes in the trifle dessert. Okay? A custard is a cream made of milk or cream with egg yolks and other ingredients. Okay? To knead. People, to knead is what we have to do with most bread dough. Dough, remember? So normally bread dough or pizza dough we have to knead, okay? And normally we have to let it rest for a few hours, sometimes for a few minutes, okay? Depends on the bread or pizza you are baking. Finally means very carefully, okay? Protein, just like Portuguese. Dense, just like Portuguese. A source, people, means the origin of something. Okay? So, for example, a good source of protein is meat. But we can also use this word, a source, when we're talking about, it's a specific situation, but you know, journalists, when they have information and they can't say where they get this information from. So, normally they say, oh, it's my source. Okay, so it's the origin of the information. It's the journalist's source. And normally the source is referred only as source because they can't say who that person is. Okay? So, to roll, people, is this. To roll, to make a roll. Okay? To roll out is kind of the same, but it's when you are finalizing a recipe. To roll out dough, for example, to make a bread roll. Okay? A tumble dryer is a machine. It's normally in our laundry rooms, and we use it to dry clothes. Okay? It's that type of machine that dry clothes that has a big tumble, okay? And it produces hot air, and it helps drying the clothes, doing this movement to the clothes and the hot air. So it helps a lot. It's very common in the USA and in Europe. Not very common in Brazil. Some people here in campus have it. Okay? So, let's repeat. People, in the let's repeat part, I will say the sentence and I will leave a few seconds for you to repeat it. Okay? So, let's start. Chefs dissolve corn flour into other ingredients in order to make a liquid thicker. had to finely cut up the chocolate to put it on top of the cream on the trifle. The metro was so crowded that everyone was crushed inside the train. I saw that adding cream and egg yolk to the dough would make it denser. The little boy dipped his finger into the custard without his mother seeing. The gym instructor told his students to eat 6 egg whites a day as a source of protein. The teacher asked the parents to cut out the rectangles with their children for homework. Very good, people. Let's practice. Okay, during the let's practice part, I'll make the question, okay? I will leave 1 or 2 seconds for you to pause the video, answer the questions, and then you can hear my answer, okay? So, prepared? Let's go. Let's practice. Which famous person did you have a crush on when you were younger? I had a crush on Brad Pitt when I was younger. What do chefs who make pizza have to make first? Chefs who make pizza have to make the dough first. They have to make the dough, people, by what? Mixing all the ingredients, okay, and kneading it, and then leave it to rest. Okay, that's how we make pizza dough. During the Second World War, what type of eggs and milk were commonly found in grocery stores? During the Second World War, dried eggs and milk were commonly found in grocery stores in the UK. People, in this answer, the word found is missing. Okay, so put a note there on your books. Tell me a recipe where you need to cut the ingredients up. A recipe where I need to cut the ingredients up is ratatouille. Okay, ratatouille is in Portuguese we would say picadinho. Okay, we have to cut everything up in small pieces. Cool? What are good sources of protein? Eggs, meat, and beans are good sources of protein. Tell me how many Brazilians make their rice. So, many Brazilians make their rice by crushing garlic, adding a small amount of oil and salt, the rice, and after water until the rice is cooked. Does everybody prepare rice the same way? If you have a different way, tell us on the WhatsApp group, okay? I want to try your recipes too. What are the principal ingredients of a trifle? Remember, trifle, that English dessert that Rachel always does. So, the principal ingredients of a trifle is jelly, fruit, sponge cake, custard, and fresh cream, with chocolate finely chopped on top of it. Okay? Trifle is a common British dessert. What is a common dessert in your country? What are the key ingredients, the main ingredients? Okay? I believe, people, brigadeiro is a common dessert in my country. The key ingredients are condensed milk and chocolate. Okay? Do you have another recipe of a Brazilian dessert? Send it to me. I want to try it too. Okay? What do people dip into cheese fondue? People normally dip bread into cheese fondue. What did Kate do with her boyfriend's clothes? Kate cut up her boyfriend's clothes and threw them out of the window. What? Yeah, Kate was mad, right? She cut up his clothes. How do some people thicken their sauces? Some people thicken their sauces with corn flour. Do you know how to separate egg yolks from egg whites? People, no, I don't know how to separate egg yolks from egg whites. Do you? If you do, you have to teach me how to do that because I don't. Have you ever kneaded and rolled out dough to make bread rolls? No, I have never kneaded and rolled out dough to make bread rolls. Why does the human body need protein? The human body needs protein because it is an important part of every cell in our bodies. What do some people dissolve in their tea? Some people dissolve sugar and or honey in their tea. Does Mrs. Webb dry her clothes outside? No. Mrs. Webb doesn't dry her clothes outside, but she dries her clothes in a tumble dryer. What caused the car accident and what happened next? The dense fog caused the car accident and Derek had to cut the woman out of the car. Do some people knead their hands when they are nervous? Yes, some people knead their hands when they are nervous. People knead the hands is this, to make these little noises in our finger joints, you know? Knead their hands. Normally when people are nervous, they do that. Okay? How were the couple dressed in the painting? The couple were finely dressed in the painting, in clothes that were popular in the 1800s. A top hat, a suit, a long dress, and a hat. Why do people choose to have a tumble dryer at home? Some people choose to have a tumble dryer at home because the weather in their region, in their area, isn't very good and they have to wash the clothes, and then if they put the clothes outside they don't dry properly, okay? It happens here in campus from time to time, normally in summer when it rains a lot. So during these times it's easier to have a tumble dryer, do you agree? How did Carol know that the waiter in the swimming pool was freezing cold? Sorry, the waiter, the water people. Again, I will repeat the question. How did Carol know that the water in the swimming pool was freezing cold? Carol knew that the water in the swimming pool was freezing cold because she dipped her toes in the water yesterday when they arrived at the holiday house. What did the American company decide to do? The American company decided to roll out a new product, last month, and called lots of journalists to cover the event. So people to roll out in this context mean to release, okay? To make a first show of a product. What are the key ingredients of custard? The key ingredients of custard are milk or cream, like I said before, egg yolks, sugar, and sometimes corn flour to make it denser, to make it thicker. Okay? So, who did you have a crush on when you were a teenager? When I was a teenager, I had a crush on a friend from school. crushed Emily's flowers. Peter crushed Emily's flowers by accidentally putting his suitcase on them. It wasn't on purpose, I hope. So what did Thomas have to do for his homework? Thomas had to cut out animal photos from a magazine for his homework. What type of dip could you make for a party? Actually, I always make guacamole for a party. People, guacamole is very easy, it's delicious, you should try it, okay? So if you have different recipes, I want them, you can send it to me, okay? I want to try them, really, okay? Send it to me. And if you want, I can tell you how to prepare guacamole. And if you already know how to prepare guacamole, tell me how you do it, okay? I want to try it too. Because sometimes we have different ways to prepare things, okay? So guys, this was today's lesson. I hope you keep on studying, okay? And watching the lessons. Next lesson, we'll have a new content again, okay? And after we finish lesson 5, actually no, after the new content of next lesson, okay, we have a student-student activity, which I want to do in a live section, okay? And that should be on our Thursday lesson, okay? So we have a lesson tomorrow, which will be the new content on page 58, and the following lesson will be the live. We'll do the student-student activity, okay? You can already prepare, but I'll give you further details next lesson. Okay guys, see you tomorrow, keep on studying, I'm here for you if you have any doubts, okay? Count on me, good? On me and on all the other teachers. They are all available, they are all working from their homes, okay? As you can see, I am at school, but I'm alone here, okay? All the other teachers are also quarantining. I don't even know if that can be a verb, okay? But we should all stay at home as much as possible, okay? Let's help the people that work with health. Elisangela is an example, okay? She's there working every day. She's probably going to be on the front line sooner or later, okay? So let's stay at home and avoid the spreading of this terrible virus. And if we all cooperate, pretty soon we're going to be here together again, okay? People, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.